coolants that is able to perform the aqueous engine coolant samples as for ASTM D1177, and different kit that are able to perform the ASTM D852 solidification point of benzene and ASTM D1493 solidification crystallization point for chemical organic. Briefly, this is the apparatus, the head, the analytical head to perform the freezing point, the crystallization point and solidification point for ASTM D852 as well as ASTM D1493. It's composed by a mechanical assembly with the stirrer, motor stirrer, as well as a PT100 probe, glassware and nut to fix the sample test jar to the analytical head. Okay? Now we will give you the information on how to change this kit and revert to perform the ASTM D1177 aqueous engine coolant. Firstly, we remove these two screws M4 with the suitable Allen key. 1, 2, then we needed to unscrew the fixing screw for the stirrer, this and this. There are two grain and two. Then we need to unscrew the two fixing screws of the mechanical boxes placed on the back side. Okay, now the motor is free. We just needed to rotate the position of the motor to achieve to reach the possibility to have performed the ASTM D1177. Then we will refix the mechanical assembly in this way with the two fixing grain. Okay. Now we can remove the nut and remove the glassware. This is the glassware to perform the ASTM D852 and the organic chemical crystallization point for ASTM D1493. This one. We keep the nut. The glassware is not more needed for this. This is the stirrer for the ASTM 1177, and this is the test jar for the ASTM D1177. This is the mechanical block that is used to connect the new stirrer to the axis. Okay? So we proceed on removing the other mechanical support for freezing for benzene and chemical organic. Okay, this one is removed. Now we can lower the PT100 probe because the position of the PT100 probe is completely deep. The metallic rod will be placed up to the hand, completely immersed, and then tight again the screw, place it on the side. Now there is the hole to accommodate the axis, and then by means of the same Allen key we will tight and fixing to the mechanical assembly. Then, once this part is placed on this way, on approximately 45 degree, let us say, installed at 45 degrees. Now we needed to translate the mechanical assembly. So we needed to unscrew the fixing screw there. And move on this direction on the next series of holes. There are two different series of holes. The first two are used for the aqueous engine coolant. The more in-depth are the one to fix the analytical mechanical assembly for ASTM D852 or ASTM D1493. Okay? When this fixing is done, not necessarily to tie too much. Okay. Then we can install the new steerer, much bigger. On this way. Then the top of the steerer shall not go outside the metal block. Tight the grain of the block to the axis and tight the grain to fix the steerer. That's it. This is the transformation that we must to do in order to be able to perform ASTM D1177 aqueous engine coolant with the standard glassware. I know. Now I show you. Sorry. We can move it freely, and then we can install it. This is the glassware for the ASTM D1177. Then there is the insulator that must be placed around the glassware. Now we resume the part that are composing, that are making part of the ASTM 1177 kit. The spacer, plastic spacer that must be placed around the glassware in order to avoid that the head could touch too hard, strongly the glassware, broken the glassware, destroying the glassware. So this must be placed all the time around the glassware to protect the glassware itself. One. Then the head can be moved like this, in this position standby, in order to remove the glassware. Okay? The glassware can be freely pulled out, but with the head in this position. Support is made in order to the axis will support the head, and with this plastic knob we can fix it in its position, standby position. Okay? Standard glassware for ASTM D1177. Next part of the kit is the steerer, ASTM D1177, and its block, metal block, that is used to connect the new steerer to the mechanical assembly. So, steerer, mechanical block with two different sizes of hole, one for the steerer and one for the axis. Okay? Then, now I show you which is the parts that are needed to perform the ASTM D852 and the 1493, solidification point of benzene and organic chemical crystallization point. This support to accommodate the new steerer that must be placed in order to have the grain on the side and not on the front, on the side. Okay. The nut test jar, standard test jar for ASTM D1177, that is also used to perform the ASTM for jet fuel, and the stirrer. This is the small stirrer for benzene and solidification point and for crystallization point. The same is composed like this. Firstly, you can put in the bath. Then we must remember that the PD100s must be tilted out, pulled up, in order to have the space to accommodate the new stirrer and the new test jar. Remember, this position of the mechanical assembly is the one for ASTM D1177. When we need to perform the solidification point, we must unscrew this fixing part and then move on the next series of to hold, fixing hold. Very simple. Just to translate of approximately 1 centimeter the whole assembly, and then revert the motor. Okay. From this position that is suitable for ASTM D1177, unscrew the two screws on the back. Rotate the same on the opposite side. There are the same hole on the opposite side. Fix it again. Now we can fix the new stirrer. And then we can adjust the position of the PD100s in order to be able to accommodate the new test jar for solidification point. Remember to put in position, on its position again, the two standby screw in order to avoid that dust can enter inside the mechanical assembly. That's it. Transformation done. This is the assembly now suitable for ASTM D852